Jonathan governed badly, ran the country aground. President Buhari didn't govern at all. Baba Ahmed, this Baba Ahmed, he will not go and rest. This old man, you will not give yourself rest. Still be talking about policies up and down. Which Jonathan ran the country aground? I don't understand. Jonathan that was like the best president that we ever had is the one that ran the country aground. This Baba Ahmed, According to a report by Daily Post, prominent northern elder and former political advisor to President Bola Tinubu, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, has openly voiced his concern about the performance of the current Nigerian administration. He has voiced it before. Why is he coming to voice it again? We have heard him the first time now. Why is he coming outside again? Speaking in a recent interview, he argued that President Tinubu's government has yet to make a positive difference in the life of ordinary Nigerians. Okay. Despite several major policy changes and promises made at the start of his tenure, his remarks have stirred conversations across political circles, given his past associations with the ruling government and his influential role in northern politics. Baba Ahmed, who was previously served as the spokesperson for the Northern Elders Forum, shared his views during an appearance on Channel's television political paradigm, as reported by Daily Post. In the interview, he critically assessed the government policies and performance, comparing it unfavorably with the previous administration led by Muhammadu Buhari. You want to be comparing Buhari's tenure and Tinubu's tenure. Is it not the same thing? According to him, Nigeria have not experienced any significant improvement in their daily lives, despite expectations that the new administration will break from the failures of the past. In his analysis, Baba Ahmed acknowledged the bold move by the Tinubu-led government to eliminate the long-standing fuel subsidy. How this step was regarded by many economists as a necessary action to reduce fiscal pressure, Baba Ahmed noted that the supposed benefits of the subsidy removal have not translated into any tangible economic relief for the masses. He pointed out that many Nigerians are still struggling with high living costs, inflation and unemployment, making it hard for them to see any real value in the government's economic reform. He went on to stress the importance of fiscal discipline, urging federal authorities to ensure that savings from the removed fuel subsidy are not lost to corruption or mismanagement. In his words, state and local governments must not be allowed to misuse these funds. According to him, there must be a transparent process to track how public funds are utilized, especially those meant to cushion the impact of difficult policies on vulnerable Nigerians. Only stronger accountability at all tiers of government will ensure that the sacrifices made by the people do not go in vain. Now, so he emphasized. He added that without a rigorous oversight mechanism, public officials at the state and local level may divert the fund. Is that one not happening before? May divert. They are already diverting it. That one are new thing, leaving the people worse off. Furthermore, Baba Ahmed urged the Tinubu administration to shift more focus towards tackling persistent issues such as corruption, widespread poverty, and rising insecurity. He expressed concerns that Nigeria remains deeply affected by these challenges, which have continued to hamper development and stability in various regions across the country. According to him, meaningful progress can only be achieved when leadership becomes more responsible and people-centered. He also called on President Tinubu to monitor the activities of governors, particularly those affiliated with the ruling party, to ensure that funds allocated for development are being used properly. He stressed that prudent financial management by governors is essential to national growth, noting that public trust in government is closely tied to how well resources are managed and distributed. Okay, Baba Ahmed, this is your talk. Plenty. Reflecting on the trajectory of Nigeria's democratic experience since the return to civilian rule in 1999, Baba Ahmed gave a candid critique of the country's past leaders. While he acknowledged that the early days of President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration showed some level of improvement, he lamented that subsequent government failed to sustain the momentum. He said, President Umar came into power and we had some kind of fresh air. President Goodluck Jonathan took over and ran the country aground. You lie. President Goodluck Jonathan did not run any country aground. In fact, it was the best. Jonathan governed badly. How did he govern badly? How did he govern badly? President Buhari did not even govern at all. Thank God you know that. Baba Ahmed also questioned the credibility of economic statistics being promoted by international organizations, arguing that they fail to capture the harsh realities that many Nigerians face. In his view, there is a wide gap between what these reports present and the actual living condition of people across the country. This disconnect, is suggested, further highlights the urgent need for leadership that is more connected to the people's struggle. It is well. Peter Idoko says, Jonathan was the best president ever, like the best. This is what you people devised against former President Jonathan that brought Nigeria on its knees today. This your statement shows that you don't mean well for Nigeria. It doesn't. It doesn't. It always wants it to be like it always has to be a northern person there. This Baba Ahmed, it always has to be a northerner or nobody else. This your statement shows that you don't mean well for Nigeria. You are talking for the sake of talking. Jonathan sacrificed to Nigerians. No president ever does that. Apart from Musa Yar'Adua. Nobody. Nobody. Stefano says we must prepare to sacrifice and make genuine sacrifice before this country can get what is required. If truly we want to leave a country, Nigeria to our children and children yet unborn. God bless Nigeria. Philip John says, after criticizing and scoring the past leaders, what do you have to say about Tinubu? Or you are waiting until he has left the throne because of fear? I wonder. Bryce says, if PNB didn't govern for 8 years, what did he do? He was fulanizing. They say he was fulanizing the country. Yes, so. Ayo Aluko says, so Buhari did not govern at all, but possibly busy in the other room with Aisha by the side and underneath. No be small thing. No be small thing. At Dan Adam says, I like that. Christian Nakanaga says, Baba Ahmed, you are lying. Jonathan never grounded Nigeria. Of course, on that one, he lied. Every other thing, he might be saying the truth, but this particular one, about Jonathan, he definitely lied. Definitely lied. Anthony Okifon says, if you can access others, you can well contest and see how easy it is. Talk is cheap, or very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. M Space says, who be this man? Says, Baba Ahmed, go sit down, Joe. And now your eyes they open, Abi. It is well. At Pranks, Marcella says, no reasonable person should take your word seriously, please. It is well. My listeners, over to leave your thought. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.